elements. What is neurolinguistic programming? I took this course last year, and it's actually, I took 3 courses from different online service providers, online education. But I just really picked the best of the best in this module. You don't really need to learn everything because, you know, they're all the same. Neurolinguistic programming, theta healing, there's so many overlaps. Conversational hypnosis, you know, there's so many overlaps. So I just got really the gist, the juice of what neurolinguistic programming is and how you can use this in your coaching. So neurolinguistic programming, just double checking if I'm recording because I stopped. Okay, I am. So this is a way, neurolinguistic programming is a way of changing one's thoughts and behaviors to help achieve desired outcomes and improve overall well-being. So in this program, you will learn cutting-edge techniques to understand the brain and what are the hidden blocks that hold you and your clients back from living their full potential. You will also have the tools to shift these limiting perceptions and teach your client a new way of living that comes from an expansive consciousness and positive belief programming. You are your first client. You are also your first coach. So you are going to teach yourself a new way of living that comes from an expansive consciousness and positive belief programming. Humanity has been programmed to survive due to its history and evolution. Our programming not only affects our decision-making process, but our happiness levels as well. In order to empower your client to live their best life, a change in paradigm is needed. Especially in the Philippines, we have been programmed to believe a lot of lies. In Asia also, of course, Asia overall. Like, money is evil, you cannot be spiritual and wealthy at the same time, it's wrong to charge money for your spiritual services. I mean, I myself struggled for years and years and years because I cannot find the connect with living my purpose. How can I live my purpose if I don't have time because I'm doing other things? You know, how can I do that? Now I'm living my purpose. Like, every day I wake up, I love what I'm doing. I'm teaching, I'm nurturing people. I'm not anymore in the stressful corporate job where I don't even understand what I'm doing. I don't find meaning in what I'm doing. I don't even like the legal world. I don't even like reading the law books. I despise memorizing all these words that I don't even find meaning and value in. But I was doing it because I thought that's the only way to make money. That was how I was programmed to believe, that you'll either be a doctor or a lawyer, or you work for like highly successful business corporations, companies. Because that was how my dad grew or rose from rags to riches. And that was how other people in the family became successful. So I was programmed to believe that way. So I also thought that I needed the support of my parents in order to pursue what I wanted. What was I thinking? Why was I programmed like that? I didn't know. I needed the support of my parents in order for me to be wealthy and abundant. No, I don't need their support. I can be financially independent. I can do what I love. I really shifted my programming like 360 degrees, or is it 180 degrees? Yeah, so I really shifted my mindset. Really transformed a lot, but I'm still breaking upper limits. Like I'm still breaking upper limits. I still feel like when you go to the next level, there's still resistance there, you know. But I mean, I've been here more than a year in Dubai. I'm doing what I love. And I had to do that. I had to leave my country. I had to leave the Philippines so that I have space to release the conditioning, so that I have space to really grow and transform on my own. So you can have light bulb moments like that. How can you provide yourself the space to transform? And you really have to do it consistently. I mean, I started my business here 2021. That's when it was like really legal, like as a trade license. I had a trade license end of 2021. So I'm a newbie. I'm barely starting, but last year I was able to attract more than 30 clients, more than 30 students. I don't know how that happened. And it's not like the usual students I used to have. These are people who really value me, you know, who are really good, high quality people. Of course, I did that also with collaborating with, you know, partners, wellness centers. But I planted the seeds and all of these came in my space, and I just allowed myself and I invested in myself, really big time investment in myself. So, and I realized that I was coming from lack mindset. No, I was actually coming from I have to work hard to earn big mindset. That was my mindset. Not really lack, more of I have to work hard to earn big time. Like I have to like burn the midnight oil, no pain, no gain. That was my upbringing, and that it's wrong to charge for spiritual services. That when you're spiritual, you should be simple, you should be, you know, you cannot be abundant when you're spiritual. That's my Kritika says that's a typical Pan-Asian upbringing. Yeah, same for your family. I know, I feel that. And that's why we have all of us here in the same room. We have a lot in common, and we can learn so much from each other. I know that. And yeah, this is a different energy today. If you notice, like last meeting, it was full of laughter. I feel the energy today. It's very calm, light. Yeah, so let's just release. Let's do a lot of releasing today. I think that's the goal for today. Releasing negative programming. So yeah, how now my vision is really like, I'm really living my highest vision. How can I elevate my people if I'm not abundant? How can I yes, very beautiful energy. Thank you, Kritika. And I love our session, our one-on-one session a few days ago. I really loved it. Thank you for that. Like I was the one healing and coaching, but I was so healed. I was so much transformed with that refreshing session. So thank you. All right. And that's another mindset. Like before I was like, oh my God, here's another healing session. And I was paid like, you know, right now I'm paid 10 times than I was paid 2 years ago. More than 10 times actually, more than. So before I was like, oh, I'm gonna be so tired again. And now my mindset is whenever I have a one-on-one healing session, I'm so excited because I'm gonna receive healing. So it's all a matter of perspective, of programming yourself, that whenever you give, you receive. I pay my coaches thousands of dollars. I do pay my coaches thousands of dollars. So whenever I receive $1,000, for example, this course is $1,000, around $1,000. I do make the money flow through me. I allow abundance, the wealth to flow through me. And I noticed that whenever I give more, I receive more. And plant that in my brain. Whenever I give more, I receive more. I receive 10 times, 100 times fold. And it's all a matter of perspective. So let's do this. We can do this together. So in order to empower your client to live their best life, a change in paradigm is needed. It's all about a change in paradigm, a change, mindset shifts. Shifting from paradigms of surviving to paradigms of thriving is possible due to the brain's plasticity and its ability to create new neural connections as long as a person is alive. So, your role as a coach is to awaken the genius in your clients and in yourselves by helping them see a greater possibility and potential for themselves and build the faith and belief that they can get there. So if this is the conscious mind, you can liken it to the tip of an iceberg. It's actually 90% our brain. It's actually 90% subconscious. So our conscious mind represents short-term memory, willpower, analytical thinking, free will. But 90% is actually the stronger part of our brain, our subconscious, or some people will call it unconscious, or others will call it super or supraconscious. So depends, whatever you want to call it. I have a book with me. It's one of my favorite books. I was still a tax advisory associate when I started to read this book. Yeah, I just finished Master of Arts in Education when I started to see it, but I didn't really read it. Then when I did law school, I saw it again, but I didn't really read it in full. Like I was just like reading one or two pages. I got it from my dad's library. And then it was years after I found it again, and I'm like, I really read it. So pre-pandemic, I recommend this book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. But my teachings are impressed with the teachings with the divine wisdom that I received, that I got from this book anyway. So I recommend this book by Joseph Murphy, PhD. Anyway, so one scientific study found that the rational conscious part of our brain uses about 20 to 40 neurons per second. Actually, the studies vary, okay? I got this from my coach from Montreal, Canada, Gabriela Embon. But I was researching from other resources. It varies. But the point is, the subconscious part of our brain uses more neurons per second than the conscious part. Okay, that's what's important, because you may also do what I do. Like whenever I study from a teacher, I would kind of validate the teachings that she would teach me. And I would find other scientific studies that said 2000 instead of 20, 4 billions instead of 40. So again, all of these I got from my teachers, okay? So this particular one I got from my life coaching certification course manual, from my course with Gabriela Embon Coaching Academy in Montreal, Canada. So yeah, it's very clear that we're heavily influenced by our subconscious mind. And so we have to realize how much powerful it is, and that we can actually retrain our brains We can really retrain our brains, and that is how we can clear blocks, break patterns. Like there are things that we want to do, but then there's some parts of us stopping us from really doing what we want to do. But deep inside, your soul is really screaming, like your soul is screaming that I want to do this. Like it's like you dream about it, or your angels will whisper, or you'll see a book, you'll see a sign, someone will tell you, you see a vision, or it will just come back to you over and over again. Like as I've mentioned, my journey to Reiki Master Apprentice, Reiki Master, and building my own Reiki Master Apprentice program, I was really hesitant to do this. First, I didn't want to come out. And then when I was already a Reiki Master, I still felt like I couldn't really charge people for my services. You know, it took me a lot of reprogramming, retraining my brains every day. I do my affirmations every day. I really do. And I noticed that when I do my gratitude process daily, that's when I manifest miracles. Like amazing synchronicities happen in my life. Like when I was really heartbroken last year, and then suddenly now I have a really beautiful love life. I'm like, I was able to come from this sad, depressed state to just calm and blissful state. But of course, I'm still working on myself on a daily basis. There's still things that trigger me. Like if you watch the From Mistakes to Mastery webinar, I share there in the Empowered Women's Club group, all the triggers that I experience on a daily basis. But you know, I come back to my calm, to my natural state of well-being, which is love, and just relax. Yeah, because I had a lot of layers of onions that I have to peel, and that is the goal here, to really clear, cleanse, break upper limits, break patterns. All right, so again, this is your role as a coach, to awaken the genius within them. And our goal is to really retrain the subconscious mind.